cactus and succulent growers, I'm Lynn. Welcome to Desert Plants of Avalon in the north of Ireland. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you my complete Euphorbia obesa collection from the very, very oldest to the very, very youngest. Now, this was a video request from my wonderful friend Fiona, who lives in Italy. Hi Fiona, Pimposa here on YouTube. And Fiona said, can you do an update on your Euphorbia obesa collection? I'd love to see another update. So Fiona, this is for you. And I'm sure a lot of you also love the amazing Euphorbia obesas. But before I just show you my collection, look at that weather, guys. It is June, but the weather in Ireland is absolutely dreadful right now. It is heavy, heavy rain, strong winds, and it is just horrible. Anyway, back to the topic. This is my whole complete Euphorbia obesa collection, or Euphorbia, some of the obesa-like as well, all in this collection. I'm going to be showing you the very oldest first, up to the youngest. Now, first of all, these three here, my Euphorbia obesas, are ones I've had in my collection since I was 23 when I got these from a garden centre in Cheshire, in Chester, in England. And these are actually 30, in fact they are now 30 years old. Or 29 years old, 30 years old anyway. And when I first got them, they were very small, at the size of these three here. And over the 30 years, as you can see, they're all different sizes, but they are all the same age. Globular to start off with, and as they've grown over the years, they've gone a lot more columnar and also gone this sort of lovely dark bronzy colour. And that's very normal with a Euphorbia obesa. When they're quite young, they have the gorgeous little markings on them like this, and then as they mature they go more sort of brown, but they still have the lovely sort of markings on them as well. They're very gorgeous. I'll just show you the new growth here on my other obesa, and you can clearly see the green markings on there. But although they might look very brown and scabby and look probably as if they're dead to you, I can assure you they're not. They're just old plants. And although I got them all at the same time, they've all grown at different rates. And this white powder there, by the way, this is just diatomaceous earth. I sprinkle diatomaceous earth on the obesas in the nooks and crannies, as they say, to prevent mealybugs. And it's not got some terrible disease. That is just the powder. But I just turn this around here, and as scabby as it looks, it's very much alive. As you can see, all the new growth starting to crack open. I usually find then sort of from late spring, early summer, these will start to crack open again, as you can see, with the new growth coming through, and then they'll start to burst into life again. And this is already sort of growing really well. Sort of got all the little flowers on there as well. My very old, another old one here, the biggest of the lot. This one also has the flowers coming on. It's sort of cracking open at the top there. As you can see, the new growth, very unusual sort of pattern. It's almost like a little top coming on the top of it there, and a different type of pattern as well from the rest of it. I sort of love these. They are very, very, very old. And I actually have all my collection in my kitchen window, a south facing window. I don't have them here in my polytunnel. I've just put them out here today in the polytunnel to film the video because it's much better light and I can reach them to show you than I can trying to lean over reaching in my kitchen window. So that's why I've got them. It's easier to have them all grouped together for the video. But just look how that is growing. Isn't it quite remarkable at the top there? It almost looks like it's wearing a little hat. It's wacky. And as I say, these are all 30 years old, bought at the same time, all completely different rates. So these are the oldest ones I've got in my collection. And then secondly would be the ones I've had sort of the second longest. This one is a Euphorbia globosa. And this one I've probably had for about 12 years now. And this one also has grown, seems to have grown at a much faster rate than my obesas do. The Euphorbia globosa will be similar to obesa, but it is more sort of more elongated shape from the very beginning, as obesa is very globular and round, very much like these younger obesas here. And as I say, as they age, then they grow more columnar like. So then it's not that they're not getting enough light, they're not exfoliated or stretched out. This is completely normal. This is how they grow when they age. So this one, as I say, is the Globosa variety, and this is another Globosa here, and this is a lot more greener. And I think the reason for that is because although I have all these in my kitchen window, I have this one behind a couple of the others, so it doesn't get as much direct sun as the other ones do, but they can take direct sun and also a bit of semi-sun as well if you want them more greener. But that's another one. I've probably had this now for about 6 years. And then here my Euphorbia globosas, other one, Globosas here. This one is one I got from my wonderful friend Magda, Cactus and Cactus here on YouTube, probably about 2, possibly 3 years ago, and that's growing really well. We'll need to repot that this year because when I watered it dries out pretty quickly, but isn't it just amazing? Look at it, look at the wacky growth on it as well there. And this one here is one I've had for about 6 years as well, another Globosa, Globosa, and it is wacky, but this grows like this, completely different sort of shape to the obesa varieties. This sort of grows more longer, stretched out looking naturally than compared to the obesa. But that's how it's meant to be. Lots of new growth on that as well. And then here, now this one isn't a Euphorbia obesa or globosa, but this is Euphorbia meloformis. And because it's globular, and I like to keep it with my obesa types, this is an absolutely awesome Euphorbia as well. And this has sort of like wooden, sort of papery type of spines going all the way around it. Thorns, I should say. I'm correcting myself there, guys, because Euphorbias have thorns. Cacti have spines. And you might say, well, what's the difference? And that's because Euphorbias don't have areoles, and they have thorns that come directly out of the plant. These are the thorns here, and I say not all Euphorbia have thorns. The obesas don't, for example. The meloformis does. And I just mentioned what an areole is because I have mentioned in a few videos about not having areoles with Euphorbias, and people do say, what is an areole? So an areole is where the spines will come out of. The cushions here, these are the little cushions, the little furry bits of cushion, and this is where spines and often new buds will come out of as well. So that is an areole, where the spines will come out of there. And Euphorbias don't have areoles, they have thorns. Anyway, I just want to mention that. And what's amazing about this meloformis, I've had this probably for about 10 years. I actually lose track, so excuse me if I'm wrong, but it is around that, I think, because I bought this when I was living in the south of Ireland. And this one has got 3 little pups growing on the top of it. Isn't it just gorgeous? When it started growing, I actually thought they were little flowers, as you see here, but they've actually turned out to be pups, so that's quite awesome in itself. It does also have flowers as well, not at the moment though, so that is just a gorgeous Euphorbia there. And then here, now all of these here, there is 3 Euphorbia obesas crossed with symmetricas, and these are my little Euphorbia obesa symmetrica seedlings. And these are all, well, these are what I've grown myself from my wonderful friend Daz at Cacti Mania Seeds. And these are Daz from Cacti Mania here on YouTube, his Euphorbia obesa symmetrica seedlings, and they're all actually from Daz's cross-pollinations between his Euphorbia obesa and his Euphorbia symmetrica that he actually cross-pollinated himself. And last year we got some seeds from Daz, so we sowed them, and these are all of the little babies here. Euphorbia symmetrica crossed with Euphorbia obesa crossed with symmetrica, and aren't they just gorgeous? See all the lovely patterns on them. And yes, I'm going to have to repot these and put them all into their own little pots over the summer. I was going to do it in the spring, but they're sort of okay in there for a little bit longer, but I do need to prick them out and pot them up individually. Aren't they just stunning? So these are from Daz's seeds. They're ones I've sown myself. These, however, are from Daz's seeds, but they're seedlings that he's grown himself. And we were very lucky, me and Hans, to actually get these stunners from Daz and Edith from Cacti Mania very kindly gave us a humongous box of the most gorgeous cacti and succulents, including these Euphorbia obesa symmetricas. So we're really pleased to have these to add to our collection here, because obviously these are what we've sown from Dazzy's Seeds, and this is what he's from Dazzy's Seeds that he's sown himself. So absolutely gorgeous, so very special. And if, by the way, if you didn't see that unboxing, guys, you have to watch it, because the most incredible cacti and succulents, many that Daz has grown himself from seed. Then do watch that video after this one if you haven't seen it already, and I'll link that video up above. So these obviously are our newest additions here, and Daz sowed these in the August of 2022, and these I sowed last year, 2023. I think it made I did have this actually labeled, but typical, the labels come off. I think it was around the February time anyway. It was in the early sort of late winter, early spring last year, 2023. So these will be the youngest out of my collection here of the obesa varieties. And then the second youngest will be these from 2023. And then also these here. And then my very oldest 30-year-old ones. So although these are the same age, this is definitely the largest. I'll just show you my hand. This is actually bigger than my hand. So there we go. So Fiona, hope you like the little update. And guys, I hope you like the update as well. And do you have any Euphorbia obesas or Euphorbia globosas or Euphorbia meloformises, or any type of these type of globular, although they're columnar now, euphorbias? Do let me know in the comments down below. But aren't they just amazing? I love them. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and for lots more tips and tricks on how to care for many different types of cacti and succulents, don't forget to subscribe. Do click the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Follow me on Insta, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon, and check out my website for regular blogs on there, including lots of photos of what I've got coming into flower, desertplantsofAvalon.com. I want to wish you all a fantastic cactus and succulent plant-powered day.